Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am Ebony Evaughn. Today I am back with another Ebony Explains review and tutorial for you guys. Technically tutorial. Today I am doing a FG funnels tutorial, and this tutorial is all about how to set up an offer for your products within FG funnels within the membership area. So this is going to be if you want to create an offer for your online courses, digital products, or memberships within FG funnel. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me move me out the way and move me like right there. All right, and so the first thing we want to do is head over to the memberships area. So over on the left menu, we're only going to go to memberships. And then once we get to memberships, you should have your product set up already. If you don't have your product set up yet, you want to make sure you go to products, set up your product. And then once you have your product created, we're going to head to offer. And this is where you're actually going to create the offer for your product. So a lot of times people use product service offers interchangeably, but typically a offer is exactly what it sounds like. An offer is if you go to the movies and they have buy one get one free tickets. An offer is also going to be if you go on a Tuesday night and they have $1 tickets, right? An offer can be for the same thing, but there's multiple different offers for it. So $1 tickets if you go on Tuesday, buy one get one free if you go on a Sunday, right? Those are different offers for essentially the same thing. So that is how you want to look at it when you're setting up your offers within FG funnels. Your product is your thing that you are actually selling. The offer is the price bundle discount deal that you are actually selling it for. So within offers, I'm going to show you how to set up a simple offer. I'm going to show you how I actually structure this within my business to kind of streamline from having to create like a million different offers for the same product. If it's only going to be selling the product itself, right? If it's a bundle, that's a little bit different. But for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to actually create a offer. We're going to call this Test Correct. So all of my products and services are a part of my Correct collection. Plan Correct, Shift Correct, Serve Correct is a client portal. Email Correct, email marketing system, Lunch Correct is a lunch portal, right? Everything's correct. So we're going to call this Test Correct. And so in order to actually attach a product to this, I'm going to use my template that I actually created for my Correct product. So we're not actually going to sell this, but we're going to use this for this example. So we're going to sell our Correct, and then we're going to sell it for a one-time price. And then for now, I'm going to put the price as $99. And I'm going to add multiple different variations of a price in the second step, and I'll explain that when we get there. But for the sake of just this portion of creating the offer, I'm going to set it as a one-time price. And then I'm going to attach the product that I want to be included in this offer. So if you do have a bundle deal or something, you can add multiple products. So let's say I'm also going to add Shift Correct and Hire Correct, Assist, Serve, whatever. You can add everything that's going to be included in that bundle or within that offer. But we're not being that fancy today, okay? We're just giving one thing. So now that I have what products are included in this offer, I'm just going to hit create. And when I hit create, it's going to take me to a second screen with a little bit more details where we have to publish our offer. We can add a description. Typically, I like to add just like a one-line description that summarizes what this actually is. So typically, I would call this like a inclusive test system, right? Whatever that is. Then we're going to make sure we set this to publish. If you want this to start on a specific date, you can set that here. If you want to restrict how long they have access to it, you can also do that here as well. So for example, I'm in the process of launching Hire Correct, which is a recruitment and hiring bundle for solopreneurs. And even though I am pre-selling it now, it is not actually going to be available until next month on the 4th. So if I wanted to, I could actually check this to have begin access on a specific date, and then people will get access. You can also add a picture here. Just for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to jump in here and just add this thumbnail from a different product, but you guys get the vision, right? So we're going to add that here. And then we're just going to go up here. We mark publish, and then I'm going to hit save. So inside of FG funnels, there is a lot of steps that you have to take in order to actually sell something. This is just kind of like the first step of that. So once you actually set your offer up in this memberships area, you want to head over to where it says payments right here and click payments. And this is where we're going to kind of finalize our offer so that we can actually attach this to something and have it ready to sell. So I'm going to go to payments. And then from payments, go up to the products tab. And then under products, we're going to go to products. So this is where you will see the product that you just created. You see we have Test Correct for $99. You can see all my other offers in here have multiple prices, and I'm going to add multiple prices here, and I'll explain exactly why I do that. And actually I'm going to add promo to this title as well, and then that will make a little bit more sense. Now, this is what makes sense for my workflow. This may not work for you, but I will kind of explain what helps me to keep organized. So when I title my offers, if it's for the offer that's going to be on the main website that everyone just sees, typically it's going to have the regular price. So I would just call that Test Correct and then have the regular price for it. But if the price has some type of discount, whether it's purchased through a order bump, whether it's purchased to a squeeze page, one-time offer, or if it's a founding member discount, I like to put all of those in one location. So where the title says Test Correct promo, this is going to be for all of my discounts for this product in one place. So here, if you want to add a different subscription, you can. And or description, you can add a different description here, and this will show over what you already entered. But if you don't have anything, what you entered in that membership area is what is going to show. Now I'm going to come down here to where it says prices, and I'm going to add my additional pricing. So remember how I said I like to create all my discounts in one place? This is just what makes sense for my workflow. I don't want to have to create a million different offers just because there's a different price. So for example, I'm just going to name these differently. So this is going to be Test Correct dash founding a member. And then the price is that this is normally, let's say we're going to start this at $49. Let me move me over here. Let's say it's going to be $49. And then let's say we also are going to offer this as an order bump in tandem with another product purchase. So I'm going to call this Test Correct dash order bump. And then typically if someone purchases something as an order bump, that's when they're going to get the best deal from me. So typically it's going to be between like 60 to 75% off. So let's say that if they purchase this through an order bump in tandem with another product, then it's only going to be $29. And then in addition to the order bump, they can also purchase this at a discount through the upsell process, right? So a one-time offer on a squeeze page when they purchase another product as well. So I'm going to call this Test Correct one-time offer. And then let's say this a one-time offer is going to be for $75. So I'm going to go ahead and add that. I can also add, well, we'll leave it at that. We'll just leave it at those. So one more thing that I like to do is, let's say that the regular price for this is $150. I do like to add that here so the price will be marked out and they can see what they are actually saving with the price. And then you just want to make note of this down at the bottom. Once you connect your payment processor, you will have your test in a live version so that you can actually test this to make sure it works, but then also live so that you can actually accept payments. So I'm going to go ahead and hit save, but I'm just saving my work so I don't lose anything. And I'm going to go back down here to where we have the different prices. And what I want to do is actually click on each one of these. Since this is a digital product, I want to make sure that I change this where it says shipping and delivery to make it digital product and not physical. So I'm going to hit save on that, go to the next one, change it from physical to digital. And I'm going to do the same thing for each one. Now, you don't have to do that. Well, you do need to change this to digital, but you don't have to have the multiple different prices within your offer. I just find it's easier to streamline things. Like as an operational manager, I like systems and processes and I don't like clutter. So the least things I have to try to compartmentalize, the better. So I've changed all of those to digital. Now I'm going to just go back into the main dashboard for my product information. And I want to make sure that I set the tax code and preferences. So I'm going to select the tax category here. And this is a digital product. So I'm just going to go down to digital goods. And then I want to say that my taxes are already included in the price for this. So if you have global settings, then you could just say match your global settings. But if you have differences versus if it's, say, a digital product, a course, if it's a service, whatever, you may have different tax preferences. And then it's always best to set this at that product level. So we're going to say yes, that taxes are included. And then I'm just going to make sure that I hit save again. So essentially now this offer is set up and I can attach it to a funnel so that we can actually sell this through an order form. So in order to attach this to your funnel, add it to an order form, now what we're going to do is head over to sites and we're going to go attach this to a funnel so that we can actually sell this. So I already have a test funnel set up. I have to remember where it is. Again, I love a good folder, right? I love folders for everything. So I believe I created it here. Yes. So we have our test correct funnel set up right here. So what I want to do is I'm going to actually click in my test funnel, and on my order form page, I want to do click order form, and then I'm going to go over, you see it says overview products publishing. I want to go to products, and then this is where I'm actually going to add the product to this funnel. So I'm going to hit add product, and then from here I can attach my offer. So for product, I'm going to go to test correct promo, and then I'm going to select the actual one that I want to include in this. So this is going to be for the founding member purchase. So these are the first, however many people that buy this, they're going to get a special discount. And so it says price display override. So let's say you don't want this to say test correct promo and you just want this to have just the product name. You can type in this override field what you want to show, or if you want to explain why they're getting a discount, then you can type founding a member. And so on their actual receipt as well as the order form, it will have this description. Otherwise, if you leave this blank, it's just going to have your default description in there. And so something else to note is you want to click where it says additional options. And this is more important if you have like a upsell not an upsell, if you have an order bump that you want to attach to this as well. So this is going to be our main product. So main product is going to be automatically selected here. But if you're also adding a order bump, then you want to make sure you go, after you add this product, you want to go back into add a product, and then you want to make sure you add your order bump product, and then you come in here and select order bump so that you can identify the difference between the main offer, the main product, and the order bump. So hopefully that is making sense. So I've added this to our order form. The next step that you want to do is you have to actually set up your workflow for how you're going to deliver this product, fulfill it, and make sure when someone purchases this that they actually get access granted to their digital product and it's delivered. So in order to do that, you have to set up a workflow, and I haven't set up one yet, so we're going to go ahead and create a folder first. I'm going to name this 00 so it's at the top. So I like to put things in folders because, as you can see, with every product, every funnel that you create within FG funnels, it's a lot of steps, right? And there's a lot of things. And so it just helps me to kind of compartmentalize and organize things if I have folders and I name everything so that I know what is what when I need it. So we have our test folder for our workflow. And now I'm going to go into my folder and then I'm going to hit create workflow. We're just going to start from scratch and build our own automation. It's pretty simple and straightforward. So first things first, you will learn that naming is important in FG funnel. So I'm going to give my automation a name. I'm going to call this test correct order fulfillment. And then now that I have named my workflow, I'm going to go down to where it says add new trigger. And basically this is where you set up the trigger for what actually triggers this automation to start. So the trigger for this is going to be whenever someone completes that order form. So I'm going to go over to trigger and I'm just going to search for order form. And very important, you can see there's an order submitted and then order form submitted. I want to make sure that I click on this one that says order form submission, because this is what is actually tied to the funnel that we have set up. So I'm going to name this test correct order completed. And then from here, I want to go ahead and add the parameters for what this trigger is. So this is going to be very important as well. So there's a couple steps for this. So try to follow along. And I would recommend either following this tutorial or creating your own SOP so that you can follow these steps every single time until it becomes like muscle memory, so that you make sure that you don't forget anything. Okay. So first things first is you have to set your filters for what's going to trigger this automation and what is actually going to be in the IT world. We call it listening. So it's going to be listen to this funnel. And anytime certain criteria is met, then it's going to do whatever your trigger is, right? So the first thing is to select the funnel that we're actually going to listen for. And in this case, our funnel is going to be the test funnel that we set up. And then the next thing that you want to do is add a second filter layer. And this is going to be the actual page within your funnel that you're listening for, you're checking for the form submission, right? So we're going to say the page is, and then the next thing you want to do is select the page that the order form is actually on. So this is going to be important. So remember, if you have order bumps, if you have upsells, then your page may be different. So you want to make sure that you select the page that is actually associated with where your product is added. So for example, this one has a sales page, but we're not using the sales page because the order form is a separate page. But if you're using, say, a a two-step order form, and the first step is actually on your sales page. Then you would select sales page, but you also want to make sure that that is where your product is added in your funnel. So hopefully that is making sense. If you have any questions, drop them down below in the chat. But now we're going to select our page, and the page is going to be the order form. And then once we have our order form selected, then we want to go to add another layer filter, hit select. And then we want to go to product is. And so this is where you actually select the product that you want to attach to this automation. And it's going to be the test correct promo. And then you want to add one more filter for the submission type. And so we want to make sure we add filter, select, and then we want to select submission type. And then you want to set your submission type as your main product. So in this case, since it's the main product, we're going to hit sale. If this was for the order bump, then you would select order bump. And if this was for your upsell on a one-time offers or your squeeze page, then you would select upsell. But this is our main product, so we're just going to select submission type is sale. And then anytime someone goes to the test funnel and they hit that order form page and they submit their sales information, it's successful for the test correct the product, and the submission type is a successful sale, then it is going to trigger this automation. So now that we have our trigger set up, then you can set up the additional parameters within your automation. So this is going to look different, this section moving forward of your workflow, depending on how you're delivering your product, whether you're using FG funnel mail or you're using a different email service provider. But I will show you the basic setup and give you some tips as we go along. So the first thing that you want to do is assign a contact. So I always try to just assign myself as the user, unless like if you have multiple people on your team, then you can select someone else, a team member or whatever. So especially if you have team members who are handling like lead generation for services and you have like a team of appointment setters or whatever, you want to assign a user. The next thing I want to do is add another trigger, and I like to add a contact tag. So for this, we're going to call this test correct enrollee. So whenever someone is enrolled into this product, they're going to get assigned this tag. And so I'm going to hit save. Once you have your tag added, the next thing you want to do is actually grant access to the offer that they are enrolling in. So I'm going to go to where it says grant access. And so you'll see it says course grant offer. So click on this. This is going to grant them access to test correct. So we're going to find our product there and then hit save. And one more step that we need to add, and this is where it is going to vary depending on if you are using I believe it's LC Mail inside of FG funnels, or if you are using a third-party tool like myself. I use Kit, formerly known as ConvertKit, but now you want to have your initial welcome letter or confirmation email that goes out to let them know they have been granted access and how to actually log in to the test product, right? So I'm going to hit another plus sign to add another step in here. And then if I were using FG funnels, what I would do is actually come here and I would add send email, and then set up the email parameters to actually send them a welcome email, access details, whatever. You can also set up templates in here so that instead of having to customize this for every single one, you can just have a template that goes out. But if you are like me, can I save this without entering anything? I don't think it's going to let me save. Yeah. It says subject cannot be empty. Let's see. We're going to do new member template. All right. And then just save. So that would be the email that you send out, and you can just hit save. And then obviously once you hit save, then you want to publish your workflow and then hit save, right? So that would be how you set up your fulfillment if you're using FGmail. I don't know if it's called FGmail, LC funnels, LC mail, whatever it is. But if you are like me and you are using a third-party email service provider for your transactional emails as well as onboarding emails and all of that, then instead of actually setting up this email, I'm going to delete this. And then I'm going to add a webhook. So how I actually connect FG funnels to ConvertKit, which is my email service provider, is through a basic webhook. So you can see when I type in webhook, it gives you two options. It says custom webhook or it says regular webhook. And I'm just using the regular webhook because I do actually connect this through FG funnels. And so then I would set up the webhook information here and then hit save. I don't know. We'll say simple url.com and then hit save, right? And so you would set up your webhook. I do have a separate tutorial with how to use webhooks and connect third-party tools, email service providers, or anything else with FG funnels. So that will be linked up in the cards. But basically, you would set up your webhook, publish your automation, and hit save. So once you have this part done, then your funnel is ready to go. You have your product set up, you have your automation set up, so you can actually fulfill your delivery and students or members will be given access.